Good day, everybody. This is Jay. How's everybody doing today? Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about music and music in the school education system. I'm a big, firm believer in music in the school because school puts a lot of emphasis on sports, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like sports. I like to watch sports, but not every young child's going to grow up to be the next sports star of their school. So I think music is a great alternative to that, but we need to start them off at an early age, in grade school. The benefits of being taught music and learning music are there are several. One, they learn self-confidence. It builds their self-esteem. It builds self-achievements with themselves. It builds a better work ethic. It improves their listening skills. It improves their math skills. It improves their memorization skills. It builds good hand-eye coordination. So, first of all, building their self-confidence. One, when you're sitting there, you're learning to play an instrument, you need to know the notes and the chords, the time and beat of the song, the rhythm of the song, and how fast it needs to be played or how slow it needs to be played. So you have to count time. So when a student learns the notes and the chords on the instrument, whatever it may be that they're learning to play, we'll use the piano, for example. They need to know what each key on the piano represents, what note that represents, and what notes together make what chord. So when they're learning each key and chords, not only are they learning the keys and the chords, they're improving their memorization skills because they have to memorize those chords and those notes to play that song. So there you go. They're working on the memorization. And with that developing of their memorization skills, which also will apply to other areas of their education and in their life. Like I was saying, music also builds good hand-eye coordination, because you have to be on the piano. This hand might be doing one thing and this hand's doing another. So you're building that coordination up. Like I said, it improves their math skills because they have to learn to count to keep in time with the song. And each time, when they learn a song, they become excited, then they want to do better and learn another song. So they keep improving. And it doesn't just happen overnight. You have to practice. But the more they practice, the more they learn. And also within music, you're you're working on your left side of your brain and creating, which will in turn help them later on in life. And plus, in that creation, it gives them a chance to another way of expressing themselves to somebody is through music. Maybe they're not one that's good at writing down how they feel, and they can express it through music. It's an outlet. I used it as an outlet. If I've had a stressful day, I'd go pick up my guitar or play the piano a little bit, and it seems to decrease that anxiety some. So emotionally, they're more stable because they're learning a positive way to deal with life's problems and in a way to handle life's problems and how to decrease that anxiety without turning to drugs or alcohol or some other negative behavior to be used for coping skills. They can use the music as a coping skills in life. Just like I said, they learn better listening skills because they have to know, they have to be able to hear the notes and the chords, and when they change in a song, if they're playing in a group situation, they have to know when that chord change is going to come. So they have to listen. They have to be able to hear the notes and know when it's going to change, know when it's about to change. And also, you need to know through your ear if that instrument's in tune, like your guitar or any of your string instruments or your piano. You want to be able to hear, like, oh, that's out of tune. Or if you're learning this song and you're playing, all of a sudden and you hit a wrong note, so I messed up. That isn't how it goes. So they're learning problem solving skills, and how to play a song. You're learning problem solving skills because you have to know which chord goes well, how the chord is shaped on the guitar. So they're building problem solving skills, which is beneficial to them later on in life. So that is great. So there's all kinds of benefits in music. I can't even remember half of them that I looked up, but there's a bunch of them. And I've read somewhere it shows that their IQs improve and their test-taking skills improve. They get better grades. Why? Because they've learned those listening skills. So they pay more attention to what's going on in class or their job later on in life, and they take on a sense of responsibility and achievement. So I'm very, very, very excited about the schools that do have music in their school system, in their education system, because it was a big beneficial point for me to have that music, and that was something I could turn to express myself, because I really don't like to talk, or I'm very actually quiet. So I use music as an outlet of expression, and it's a positive way, instead of lashing out at people because I was angry or life just didn't seem like going the way I wanted it to. I could get that music and I can go off and play my guitar and just go off into another world, because I got that freedom of expression and there's no boundaries in what I could do. The only boundaries that there was is the ones that I set for myself as far as my creativity went. So that opens a whole new door. And now I want to talk to you a little bit about a foundation. It's called Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation. And there was a movie out several years ago, and it starred Richard Dreyfuss. But him and some other people, after they did the movie, came up with this foundation in helping underprivileged schools that might have a music program in the schools, but it's very limited due to funds. So this organization, through donations, donates instruments and stuff those underprivileged schools need throughout the United States to get their music program up and running, or make it more beneficial to the students. Because instruments are not cheap, and a lot of parents in these underprivileged schools where these kids attend can't afford to get their kids an instrument, or they may be able to afford it, but only for a little bit, then they have to give it back. Mr. Holland's Opus gets those instruments to the schools and gets those instruments in those children's hands, so they can have that instrument that they need or want and learn to play. So I encourage everybody to check out Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation and see, if you can donate something, donate. Because that's what I plan on doing. I have several guitars, and I might go about seeing what I need to do, donate some guitars to them, and how I get them to them. Music opens another whole door for you. And I encourage all parents to at least think of it. And if their kids show interest in it, encourage them. Encourage them. You'll see a growth in your child through their self-confidence and their self-achievements, and them wanting to do more and wanting to do a good job instead of just something mediocre, because they want to be able to play that song and they want to be able to play it right and how it sounds if it's a song that they want to know and learn. So they're not going to just play it mediocre because they want to do it right. So I encourage everybody to, if you got children in grade school and they want to play music, stand behind them. It's probably one of the biggest beneficial things in my life that I can think of is learning music and playing music. It's a great coping skill for life. And I want to thank everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye.